What's up, this is B-Boy VincaniTV, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a very simple elbow freeze. Now, eventually I'm going to be getting into teaching you guys how to get into your freezes and specifically how to get into an elbow freeze. But to start out, I'm going to give you guys some basic tips on doing the elbow freeze. So to start out, you have to understand that an elbow freeze is very similar to a handstand, but on your elbow. And you start out with the very basic freeze, and then you can move on and add your own creative characteristics to it. But we're gonna start out with just the basic one. And there's 3 different types. There's 2 elbows, there's 1 elbow and 1 hand, and there's also doing it on just your elbow. Today we're just gonna focus on 2 elbows and elbow and hand. So the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is the position of your arms. You're gonna have one arm out like this, and the other arm is gonna be parallel to it right here. And this is kind of like your supporting arm. So you put your arm down and your hand next to it, and you're gonna kick your legs up one at a time, just like you would with a handstand. So you're here, you kick your leg up, just like that. What you're gonna do after you get comfortable with that motion is you're actually gonna switch your legs. And this is just practice. It's gonna help you get your balance. So you're here, you kick your leg and switch. Let's try it a couple times, leg and switch. And when you get comfortable with that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your legs together and almost just like tap them together. So you go here, kick up, tap. Once you get comfortable with that, what you're gonna do is stiffen up your whole body. And this is gonna allow you to freeze. When you stiffen up your whole body, you're not just like clenching your legs, you're actually gonna be flexing your arms, your core, and also your legs. So let's try this again. You're here, you kick up, freeze, and then you come back down. When you come back down, make sure you land on 1 foot. A lot of times people, they do their freeze and they just give up and they fall. Now you don't want to do that because you get hurt. So don't do this, don't go up and land down. Make sure you hit your freeze, then land on 1 foot. It'll make a much lighter landing. So next I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the double elbow freeze, and for me personally it's a lot easier to hold and to balance than the single elbow. So the placement of the arms is going to be right here in front of your face. You want to just have your arms up like this, and what you want to do is have this almost like a diamond push-up position. Some people have it wider depending on your preference. So what you're going to do is you're going to put both elbows down, and just like the last freeze, you're going to kick your legs up one at a time. Here and go down, switching them up and down. And basically what you're doing at this point is finding your balance point. Play with that a little bit, and when you do get that, when you feel that point where you're just able to hold it, just try to stiffen up your body. Don't wiggle around and try to find it, stiffen it up. So let's try it again. You're up and you can just hold it. Once you guys get your balance down, what you're gonna do is just practice this and pretty much enable your body to get used to holding this position. A lot of times people, they learn a freeze, they learn a move, and then they just try to go execute it at an event, and it doesn't always happen that way. So make sure you guys practice this and allow your body to get used to it, allow your body to learn how to get in and also out of it. And that's really what's gonna make a difference when you guys are dancing. So there are a couple precautions you guys do want to take before attempting the elbow freeze. For one, when you guys are practicing kicking your legs up, you got to realize that it takes a lot less effort than a handstand. So if you're used to a handstand and you kick just as hard as you did it in a handstand, you're gonna flip over, you're gonna fall, you might hurt yourself. So just be aware that when you're going from your feet to your elbow, don't kick as hard as you would for a handstand, or you're gonna flip over. The second thing is the placement of your arms have to be right here in front of your face, no matter which freeze you're doing, because it has to be supporting you. Because if you're like this, or it's it's a little bit off, you're gonna fall, and you're not gonna have the strength to hold yourself up. So make sure that your arms are right under you, just like you would for a handstand. The last thing is you eventually start bumping your elbows, and you start getting creative and you get ideas, you start trying new and exciting things, which often lead to bruised, swollen, bumped elbows. So just kind of be careful of that. I personally have had some issues with my elbows. I've actually chipped a piece of calcium or ligament or something in my elbow to where I could feel something floating around, and it's not a really fun thing. So make sure you guys just be precautious. You could wear a elbow pad. I got this at like sports store for 20 bucks just for 2 of them. You could also get cheaper ones at like Walmart or something like that. But again, it does help out a lot, especially when you're first starting out practicing. All right, I'll have some more tutorials on how to do elbow freezes, how to roll back into it, how to do some cool tricks with it coming soon. So stay tuned. This is B-Boy VincaniTV. Peace out.